GM constantly talks over you. Triggered. GM wants to homebrew a written rule because it's too good, quote unquote, and has no negatives to use against the players. Hey, what's up everybody, scheduling conflicts here, and yeah, I'm sorry, today's video is cancelled. Anyway, that was a joke. Welcome to another DnDGreentext. How are you guys doing? Having a wonderful day today. Before jumping into it, I want to quickly ask if you want to take a second to smash the like button. Helps out a lot, so thank you so much for doing that. And yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoy. Do it! Finally get Finally get Cutie from work to play D&D with me and join my group. She makes freak character. Why? Now I don't even really want to play with her anymore. It honestly completely destroyed my interest in her playing. It was nice to imagine her as a cutie sorceress that at least looks human, not a f***ing bird creature or bug. The bug coward. The bussy? Wait, no, that's different, that's already something else. Never mind. Don't convince your friend's Pokemon that he's ill-intentioned. That's the... I really hope the story is gonna make more sense than the title. Be me in 2019. Hear from one of my friends about a D&D campaign that he's in. Ask if I can join, and he says yes after asking the DM. We were playing some weird Pokemon X D&D campaign. Choose a Psychic type trainer so that I can speak to Pokemon telepathically. First session at PNG. DM gives us all starters. Guy named Anthony chooses Aaron as his starter. Use my telepathic powers to convince it that Anthony's character is a serial Pokemon rapist. Get a high persuasion roll so that Aaron's loyalty goes down by 1 level. Anthony doesn't seem too upset about it and we all move on with our lives. Fast forward a few months to pandemic. First session since the world ended, so we went virtual. Aaron is now Laren. 5 minutes in, I get bored and decide to f around some more. Use psychic powers again to convince Laren that his trainer is going to turn him into scrap metal. Make a persuasion roll. Natural 20. His Laren is now down to -2 loyalty, meaning that for every command he gives his Laren, it has a 50% chance of disobeying said command. He tries to attack my character with his Pokemon but misses. I attack back with mine, but another PC jumps in the way before my attack can go off. Anthony freaks the f*** IRL and starts yelling before leaving the call. DM leaves the call to talk to him and the session ends 15 minutes in. Wake up the next day and see that Anthony deleted the Discord and blocked me and the friend who brought me into the crew. Am I the asshole? I overplayed in-game casino and my DM without noticing. In my very first campaign, one day, we went to the casino to capture a sorcerer. I decided to play roulette. I proposed to use random.org to generate results from 1 to 38. I would bet on odds and double the bet after each spin. But when I started rolling, I haven't included 0. Results were varying from 1 to 38. I haven't noticed. Neither did the DM. So I eliminated the risk from roulette. I won several tens of gold, which wasn't a big sum. No, it wasn't at all. I thought it was a typo and it said several tens of thousands, but no, just several tens of gold, I guess. Not even 100? I don't know. Anyway, that's one way to, you know, I think maybe the title meant to say outplay, not overplay. Anyway, share your interesting PC origins here. In the middle of a battle, 2 soldiers laid dying before wild magic fused them together, turning them into one. The twist was that one was a warforged and the other a human, creating a very friendly abomination whose head often turns 180 degrees even though it audibly snaps the human spine that is also in their neck. Warforged was a fighter and the human was a cleric. Together they are a paladin blessed by a goddess of magic that's looking over her odd but kind child. Disguise is the best worst skill. Be me, human barbarian. Also be me. Wanted in the country for attempted choking of a king after said king skimped on some payment. Have recently taken disguise to let me be with the party in civil society. DM usually asks a few details of what disguise I make. Get caught a few times, keep making new disguises. Luckily the party is never associated with me. Next city is known for its well-trained guards and regimented society. Get a great idea to troll them. I ask to borrow the rogue's hat of disguise. Sure, just don't lose it. DM. I'm going to use disguise to disguise as myself, without the hat of disguise. DM squints, but allows. I wait outside the city after the party goes in, and pick out a special looking merchant. Guards see through my disguise, see me, are confused, and hold me outside the gate and take me in. Guards, you don't understand, I'm not who you think. What do you mean? The guards stop before putting me in the cell. I was paid a handsome amount to be disguised like this. Whoever you're looking for is probably already inside. Slay hand my hat of disguise into the noble. Guards fail the perception and think I'm the merchant and the transmutation wore off. Guards let me go while going after the merchant thinking that he is me in disguise. Guards with good perception saw through my disguise but didn't have the sense motive to see through my bluff. Leave the city not 10 minutes later after the merchant is in jail and I loot his entire stall as him. Remember, crime doesn't pay, and it's only a crime if you get caught. A shocking surprise. Bimi, a mink, which is a homebrew monk, and with me is another mink, which is another homebrew monk. We are going after an archduke with an artifact that we really want. The archduke has the ability to manipulate metals, and he made his home entirely out of metal. Now, it's time to mention something. All minks, homebrew monks, have shocking grasp. The building is made out of metal, and mink, homebrew monks, are also immune to lightning-based attacks. The fight lasted 0 rounds, as we instantly electrocuted the entire room. We also killed the Archduke's kid by accident, and kidnapped the Archduke's bodyguard, not by accident. One of the other PCs has a crush on her. Okay, so basically, we needed a bloodline by accident. God damn it. I hated so much how overused the spawn is, like using shocking in the title or whatever to describe something, and it's literally shocking because electrocuting. This has got to be like probably one of the most overused spawns. TG shares unpleasant experiences. GM constantly talks over you. Triggered. GM wants to homebrew a written rule because it's too good, quote-unquote, and has no negatives to use against the players. GM starts saying what your character does in a scene. GM immediately steps in to protect pet players from harm, negating the gravitas of the situation and making the situation impossible to resolve. DM constantly kills PCs over minor like opening a door, while the other players literally throw themselves into the ocean for fun and survive. DM then wonders why he is left with lol so random bullshit players, and rage quits when it gets too much for him. DM, quote unquote, this was not even a real DM. What? Constantly talking about his ideas for campaigns that he will never run. Okay, that makes sense now. When he does run something, it literally never survives past 3 or 4 sessions. He's always late to the sessions when another player is running something. Brought his girlfriend into the group when he was running a game, and it immediately fell apart the next session. GM's girlfriend sticks around for the next game when someone else decides to actually run a game. The token guy who pretends like his depression is worse than everyone else's so he can waste our f***ing time. Start talking and interacting with an NPC. Other player talks over me. GM answers him instead because he basically shouted over whatever I was saying. He keeps f***ing doing it. Has the audacity to complain about not having the spotlight enough. Other player also tries to control other characters in the name of efficiency and will actively try to f*** over everyone else because that's what my character would do, teehee. Throws a hissy fit over people getting pissed off at him and keeps the game hostage. Autistic friends, not even once. DM says that currently the campaign is going to be difficult and that players might die. Players repeatedly get bailed out of dying, usually either by a goddess that the character barely worships or an NPC showing up out of nowhere to save them from a death blow. The people they fight are typically fodder and the big bads end up getting kneecapped somehow. The game is only mildly challenging at best. No one is really meant to die, and good luck playing as a villain guest character. You're not allowed to win either. Player loses a will save against mind control, says what they're forced to say. Player instantly throws a fit and says he attacks. Tell him he can't. The game ends there because they won't stop being about it. It wasn't even a game ender. You people disgust me. Use any given strategy twice in less than a month. Every enemy simultaneously develops total immunity to it or begins ambushing us with it. PIP players have been yapping with purpose and no end in sight for 5 to 10 minutes. It's not even their turn, it's the quiet guy's turn. I'm an asshole for quote-unquote interrupting to tell them to gently remind them that's not their turn. Player won't stop trying to be funny and make jokes. Forced to wait for him to finish a match of Smash just to make his turn, holding up the game. Hey, stop playing on your Switch, you're holding up the game. No. DM won't do anything about it for some dumb reason. By the time he does make his turn, you won't even know what's happening because he was f***ing around on his Switch the whole time and will about it for some reason. One time, we're in a rescue mission to find the mayor's daughter. Same player has the smart idea of sneaking into the capturer's hidden base, find the daughter, and then he'll use this guy's self to look like the daughter. He'll then take the daughter's place while we sneak out of said captor's base and take her home while the captors think the daughter is still in the base. Then we'd sneak back in, get his character, and sneak right back out. We are all teen wizards with specs in stealth. Tell him that it's a dumb idea, but he insists on it anyway. Fast forward, and we make our way to the base, but it's of course crawling with enemies. Use the invisibility spell on us, so we can better sneak past the guards. Get caught anyway, because we all had stealth and bad rolls. DM is about to continue on with how we got found out, but the player made a bit about how he wanted his PC's bird friend to distract the guard, by appearing out of literally nowhere right in front of the guard in the exact spot that the guard caught us because the bird was being concealed or something. Also, his character was a giant fat who barely interacted with most of the cast and made things miserable. I'm surprised this dude is still allowed to play games with us after that show. A more experienced group would have banned him from playing future games. I mean, yeah, if you try to talk to him about it and it doesn't work out, then sure, pretty much. Not allowed to play anymore, I guess, but I don't know. Backstory flavored pain and agony. Bimi, Isri, Aasimar sorcerer. Isri's natural hair color is black. She has dyed it blonde to not be reminded of her abusive family when she looks at her hair. Second ever battle of the campaign with a creepy spirit. Everyone fights long and hard, and half the party, including Isri, approaches death but are saved. Friendly NPC with close relations to my PC comes to help her after the battle. Isri, your hair! Sad face. That face when the ends of your hair were charred back to black by the creepy spirit's powers. Now Isri has to carry this constant reminder of both the battle and her family around. Because what adventurer has the time to dye or cut their hair because of something so minor? FML.jpg. Yeah, no, I mean, it seems important enough. You might as well just try to, cut it right where it's charred with a knife or something for now and get it fixed later if, the party's on a rush or something like that. Anyway, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you did and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, thank you to everyone supporting the channel on Patreon, as well as YouTuber episodes, thanks so much for those. Links below, you can check them out, there's links, social media, Reddit, Discord, anything else. And yeah, that's it. Thanks again for watching, I'll see you next time. Bye.